Hello, everybody. What's up? What's going on? And whoa. Welcome to the 99th episode. That's right. We're at 99. And I know it's been a very long time since I made content before. I don't know if anybody was even curious about it. But if you were, a lot of things happened. Life happened. And just got busy with work and whatnot. And of course, with all the negative things that have been going on in the world, I just couldn't get myself to doing it, especially because I felt helpless and I couldn't help those people who were going through the bad times, innocent women and children being killed and whatnot. But I just took a break and, of course, concentrated on my family. And then I thought to myself, you know what? We got to appreciate what we have. Yes, I understand that, you kind of feel guilty to enjoy your own life, especially when you see your own brothers and sisters in humanity anywhere. If they're suffering, that they're suffering, and you just can't enjoy life yourself. But, I just thought about it and I just said, you know what, enjoy it while you can, because you never know. You could be next who has to go through those same trials and tribulations, but you can enjoy life while trying to help them out as much as you can. And so I finally, I'm here now making this content, and I just had to because I was super hyped. Oh man, what a crazy game 6 that was. I couldn't sleep that night. It took me a very long time to go to sleep, and I was super tired. Like, I had a busy schedule at work, and then when I watched that, I told myself that I was going to go to sleep right after the game, and it didn't happen. I watched all the press conference, all the interviews after the game as well, and I typically don't do that. Usually I'm like, that's it, game done, I'm out. But no, I just had to. And how many times, just like everybody else, I must have watched the replay of that 3-point Hail Mary shot. Oh, I don't know. I lost count. But gosh, at least 50 times. At least. Yeah, man. That was some crazy shots, I'm just super happy, and I can't wait till game 7. So here it is. I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to let my thoughts out. I will reserve the 100th episode. I'm going to reserve that one specifically for RJ. I'm going to talk about RJ. Win or lose, I will be talking about RJ Barrett. But right now, I just wanted to say, with all the injuries that the Raptors have had, and, all the tough things that they've had to go through, especially with, the referees, suspect calls, and when you even think about it, Darko, his inexperience as a coach in the playoffs, as a head coach, that is, okay? I think this is really good experience for Darko, and he's proven it, and he has really gotten it done in, I would say, the last 2 games, game 5, game 6. Game 4, he started to come around. Game 5, game 6 was good. And game 6 really proved what he's capable of, especially without having BI, without having IQ. It's really coming around. Now, I wanted to also discuss game 7. I got to say 3 keys. I'm going to have 3 important ways that the Raptors could win this game and come out of this series. Because with all my heart, and you could even check my posts on the X, I was saying from day one that the Raptors could not have gotten a better matchup than Cleveland in the first round. If it was against Knicks, I hate to say it, as well as the Raptors are performing undermanned and, like as underdogs, as the way they have performed this series against the Knicks, I feel like they would have been done in 6. Or maybe even in 5, to be quite honest. The Knicks are just a very bad matchup for us. I also believe that for the next round, whether it's Detroit or Orlando, I think would be a better matchup than Cleveland would against those two teams. I'm not going to talk about that now. I'll talk about that later on. But right now, I just want to talk about Game 7. We got to take it one game at a time, right? First key to the game, play with the lead. You have to play with the lead. Learn to play with the lead. It's happened already in Game 5. Already happened in Game 6. You had a good lead. Game 5, it cost you the game. Game 6, yeah, you got out. You got through with it in the overtime with that, shot from the heavens. But you have to learn to play with the lead. Keep that lead. How you go about doing that? Well, you limit your turnovers, crash the boards. Limit the turnovers, crash the boards. You don't need to always have to score on every possession. You should try, yes, but once you have that good lead, and I'm not talking like a 10, 11, 12 point lead. I'm talking like a 20 plus. 20, minimum 20 point lead, I would say go ahead, start playing more defense. Offense, yeah, you're running the clock at that point. Yes, if you get a good shot, you take it. But then as soon as you get to the defense, you put 90% of your energy on defense, 10% on offense. That's, of course, if you have the lead in the third quarter going into the fourth. That's how I would go about doing it. Now, the second key to the game, I would say protect Scotty Barnes. Why I'm saying that is because we always have to think ahead. We always have to think, yeah, I know you want to think just to Game 7. Worry about the game now. We'll worry about the series later. But if you know that you're going to get through this series, protect Scotty Barnes. He's already playing like a superstar. I don't care if the media, if the NBA does not recognize it, but we all know the stats don't lie. Obviously, his performance in the series doesn't lie. And he's a playoff riser, straight up. If it wasn't he's playing point. IQ is not there, he's filling his void. BI is not there, he's filling his void. And he also plays the 4, and he plays the 5. Occasionally, if he has to, he'll score too, like a shooting guard. But again, he's playing all 5 positions. And he's taking the tough assignments, guarding the guards like Donovan Mitchell and James Harden on defense. The man is doing almost everything. So protect him. How do you protect him? When you have that good lead, give him a breather. Now, you give him a breather by playing good defense, crashing the boards, limit the turnovers. But this is where the bench comes in. The bench has to step up in a big way so that Scotty can take a few minutes, just take a breather so that he doesn't get injured for the next series. This is going to have to come big time. It goes on the bench. The bench will have to perform. And my final key to the victory, the X factors of this team. That's right. Now, a lot of people will be thinking I'm talking about Jacoby Walter. I'm talking about Jamal Shed. I'm talking about Jamison Battle. They're a part of it. But there is one X factor that I've been hoping who would have turned it up and didn't the past 2 games. And I have a feeling he's going to have to. He's going to have to if we're going to have a chance and essentially, stretch the floor, open up the middle so that, Scotty and RJ can do their thing. Because if y'all noticed in Game 6, the way they were loading up the middle because we weren't able to stretch the floor, we had gotten cold. It was taking driving lanes from RJ and from Scotty. Now, Scotty, of course, he draws the double. But RJ, they just say, okay, we'll just put a bigger person like Mobley on him, make it hard on him. That's it. But they're taking away the middle. So we need that middle back. We need that paint back. We need to attack that paint. And that will also help bigs like Jakob Poeltl. And ultimately, I think, in my opinion, is going to fall on Sandro Mamukelashvili. He is the last key of this game. If we're going to win this, it's going to depend also, not saying solely on, I feel like the first two keys are the most important. But if Sandro comes out and he stretches the floor and he goes hot, we have a very good chance. Scotty gets a chance to breathe. There's lesser pressure on RJ to do something, to create something out of nothing. And yeah, I feel like Sandro is going to have to perform well. He's going to have to hit those threes. He's going to have to, fake those threes, drive in hard, and finish off nice. He's going to have to be the regular season Sandro, because regular season Sandro was a beast. So I feel like Sandro is the final key of this game. Game 7. Now my predictions for this game, who's winning it? I'm going to have to say, of course I'm going to pick Raptors. There's no hesitation there. Raptors. Why do I think Raptors? It's not just because I'm a fan, and it's not because, I want the Raptors to win, and it's not just because the Raptors would be a better matchup against Detroit or Orlando. No, I feel it's because they are the better team. The Cavaliers are rattled. They're being outcoached. The Cavaliers have no answer for Scotty Barnes. They were loading up on BI and hoping that, okay, that's it. If we just keep loading up on BI, the offense will stall, and which it did. But now with BI out of the picture, and of course there's no IQ, but with BI out of the picture, these Raptors can run free now, and they're going to run, and they're going to keep running, and they're going to keep making it harder for them. That's how we make that lead. But I'm telling you, the Raptors are a better team than the Cleveland Cavaliers. So that's it, folks. I really hope and pray that Raptors do take this win, because I feel like Scotty Barnes deserved this. He's playing like a Hall of Famer right now. He's playing like an all-star. He's gonna have to be a superstar, and I'll tell you how he goes about being a superstar. And the way he gets to be a superstar is that instead of passing that ball over to RJ, I know that's what his game is. I know that's what his identity is. But if he's gonna have to take that leap to the superstardom, he takes that shot. Yeah, so what if there's two people coming at him? He's going to score right on top of them. That's what makes a superstar in that clutch moment. Having said that, that was a smart, sensible basketball move that Barnes made, kicking it out to RJ and getting that better shot, I guess. But yeah, I really hope that the Raptors win. I think they need this win over the Cleveland Cavaliers to get that curse of the Cleveland Cavaliers off of us and move on to the second round. And I feel like second round is going to be a tougher match, but I feel like BI is going to have to shine in that second round. So that's it for me, folks. Go Raptors, go. If they got let them know, we got prove them. So let's prove them.